Hello friends, good morning. Welcome to my New York garden, Zone 7B. Most of the roses are done blooming and the hydrangeas are taking over. So let's take a walk in my garden and see what's happening. So let's start here in my side garden. I started this garden in 2021. And over time, it became so crowded. And I called this garden as my azalea and hydrangea garden because this is a part shade. So there's a lot of hydrangeas in this area, and this is one of them. I think this is a rave hydrangea. It turns into blue because the soil becomes acidic. And this is another hydrangea. This is, I think, paniculata, meaning the hydrangea is a cone-shaped hydrangea. This hydrangea is microphylla, and this is a cone-shaped hydrangea. And another one here, it's a pink hydrangea. It's like lace hydrangea. I used to put a tag on all my hydrangeas, and most of them, I divided them and spread them in my garden, and I lost track of the tag and the names. So this is, I think this is a little quick fire because I transplanted this or divided this from the main hydrangea in my front yard. I have one there, maybe 2 or 3. So that's how I save money from buying hydrangeas. I divide them. Most of the time I divide them, and I made this as a standard. Standard means it's a tree. That's the term for a tree. So this is going to be a standard hydrangea. And you can see the buds. See? And you know the soil. I did not buy a lot of soil. These are composted soil. So more hydrangea here. I already gave away some of the hydrangeas because it was really crowded over here. So this is, I think this is my limelight hydrangea. It will be really beautiful a few weeks from now. So more hydrangea here. This is azalea. It's done blooming now. I planted a lot of azaleas in this area, but most of them, I think I killed them because of overcrowding. So look at this. So beautiful, right? This hydrangea, they bloom early. And that is an incredible hydrangea that was from cuttings. I put it there, and this is like a hose container. Instead of throwing this out, that one, I made that as a planter. So this is Brunera. This is a very good shade plant. I planted how many here? And look at there. So good. And I can divide them too, look. But I don't know where to plant them if I keep on dividing. And this is, I bought a lot of this. I planted this in 2021. And I never uploaded that video because during that time I don't know how to use my camera. And I planted like 6 of this. This is, forgot the name, beautiful color. I'll put the name. Beautiful foliage. You know, I think it flowers also. So see, more hydrangeas here. And I cannot wait for this hydrangea to bloom few weeks from now. And in this side, you will see, this side also, I loaded it with hydrangea and azaleas. Look at this, so big. I cannot wait for all these hydrangeas to bloom. See? And you know, the only bad in this area is that I have my sprinkler here. See, I have a sprinkler. And the guys who maintain my sprinkler keep on putting this up. It used to be level ground, but because of all my plants, they keep on making it higher. so that the water can go out. So look at this, so huge. Look, bigger than my hand, my palm, bigger than the palm of my hand. Look, so beautiful. So this is my shade garden. I don't get a lot of sun in here, maybe 4 hours a day. So I'll do a video again next week. So this is another one from Propagation. Oh, I did not remove the tag of this one. This is Pinky Winky. So this is Pinky Winky. This is like a pink color. And another one here, but I don't know this one. When they started to bloom, I know them. It's not hard to identify the cone hydrangeas. So I planted, I think, 6 Super Tunia Vista here. I love this because this is they just self-dead. I don't have to remove the spent blooms. So look at this. This was from, this stand was like a plant stand or a shoe stand in my basement. And instead of throwing it out, I planted this Super Tunia Vista. I planted 2 here and here. But you can see the bottom, I planted only 1 and they're much fuller. And I already put nice composted soil and fertilizer. But hopefully they will bloom, full bloom. And of course, I bought this planters raised bed. These are bottomless raised bed, except this one. I bought like 8 of this, and now I have a lot in the side of my driveway, and this is very, very solid. I bought, I think, like 8 or 10, I forgot already. And they were costly, but this will last, I think, forever. Very good. Like, I don't know, I think that's like $250 each. I forgot already, but very, very good planter. I love it. So you can see all my hydrangeas here. I planted them in a raised bed. And this raised bed are bottomless. And I used composted soil here. See, because this arborvitae, they have a lot of roots. And I really removed all the branches on the side here because I wanted to use the space. And I mentioned earlier in my other video that this arborvitae, I had it planted a long time ago. I paid 2 guys to plant all this arborvitae the side of my yard. And they were so, they were not big. They were like 5 feet, 6 feet tall, maybe 5 feet or 4 feet, I forgot already. But we're talking about long time ago, and now they're like, I don't know, 30 feet. So I trimmed them. I removed all the branches below, and so that I can create more space to plant more flowers. So this is my James Galway arch trellis. This is the 2nd year now because I planted this last year, and you know where it was last year? In this area where the 2 planters are right now. So this is the area before where I put the arch trellis. But roses like sunlight. They don't really thrive in an area where there's only few hours of sunlight. So they are really doing very well here. And you can see the flowers now. See? But some of them are already done. And I'm going to show you. This is James Galway. James Galway. Beautiful color. I love it. It's very dainty. Like light, very light pink. See, it's done blooming now. James Galway. And I have these 2 climbing rose also that I planted last year. And this is Claire Austin. This one is not looking good. I'm really, really upset about this. I don't know what happened here. Look, it's not doing well. Maybe I have to uproot them. And this is another one here. This is, I think it's thriving. But I bought two Claire Austin. You know, waste of money. But David Austin, I think, will replace it. I'm going to see. I'm going to dig it out and maybe put it in a different planter. So that's my James Galway, and of course this area I planted all David Austin roses there. Oh, by the way, this is Queen Elegance. This is a 3 rose Queen Elegance. I got this from Home Depot. I think I planted it last year. So I planted Gertrude Jekyll there, but it's not doing very well. I planted two Lady of Shalott here, climber. And I have another one here, Lady of Shalott. This is another Lady of Shalott. And this is Monstead Wood. It's already done blooming. I already pruned this. And this is Benjamin Britten. I'm going to put a marker again because I think the names, you can see, you know, I don't know. This, I bought this with a marker. And you can see, you can hardly see now. I'm going to redo it again. Benjamin Britten. Look at this. Nice pink color. So, that is Monstead Wood. This is Lady of Shalott. I planted them few months ago. Like last March. I bought them bare root. And this was from a small... when I bought this, it was like $12. And it comes... two, or I think I trimmed the bottom of that, and that's already one there. And I planted the other, I think there's two plant in one pot, and I planted this one here, and look at this one now. So beautiful. This is Japanese willow. Anyway, here's another David Austin here. This is Darcy. This is Darcy Bussel, something like that. Nice pink, dark pink. And another hydrangea here that I divided and planted it there in a pot. So let's go back to my backyard. And I have 3 iceberg roses here. I relocated them here. So let's go back to my garden, to my backyard, and you know, I'm sorry that my neighbor decided to mow his lawn when I'm doing this video. This is an Annick rose. It's also done blooming. I love this Annick rose. Done. And along the side, I planted drift roses. And the growth is not good because the rabbits started eating them when they were budding. So this is a peach rose. See that? Peach rose. Nice rose, right? And then here, another one here. This is a different kind of rose. Also, it's a drift rose. See, they're done blooming now. So I forgot already the name of this rose. I have like 7 or 6 variety of drift roses. See? Because the rabbits started eating them, so it delayed their growth. So the Bathsheba is done blooming. But, you know, after pruning roses, I noticed it takes another 60 days for them to start blooming again. I planted this in my Bathsheba I planted in 2023. Now, let's go here. This is like the area near my shed. And this is a pink rose, climbing rose, that I planted maybe 20 years ago along the side of that arborvitae. And they were not doing well. So I transferred them here I believe in 2023 or last year. And you can see this was only one plant, and I think I propagated how many plants, and they're doing very, very well here. See that? And few months ago, I planted the blazing red climbing rose here, but I could see some signs of rose rosette. So I removed that rose and I planted this clematis. And I have like 3 clematis in this area also. But they're done blooming now. They're done blooming. I planted 3 here and they were so gorgeous. So this pink rose is an ordinary climbing rose, but it adds beauty to the garden. So this is my happy returns daylilies. Every day, this daylilies, that's why it's called daylilies, because every day the flower will come back, will show like this, and after that it will be like this. So the flower lasts only for 1 day and another flower will bloom. And I did not even realize that I have a incredible hydrangea here, and I'm sure it's from, oh, it's in a tiny pot. I propagated this maybe. And look at that, see? And this is my, I already trimmed this, Teasing Georgia. I planted this Beirut. And I have more hydrangeas here that I divided and put in the pots. And you can, I already can't remember what I planted here. I have some lilies. This is another hydrangea. It's getting too tall now. This is, I think, limelight hydrangea or firelight. We will see when they start to bloom. And this one here, you know, I was lazy, so what I did, I throw a lot of zinnia seeds here, and look at these zinnia seeds. I have to transfer them now. And this is my bitter melon. I have to transfer them also. Bitter melon. I just dump a lot of bitter melon seeds here, and look at that. I will transfer them now. After this garden tour, I'm going to transfer them in containers. So, more hydrangea here. I could hardly pass by, but I'm going to redo this garden again, this area, because I have roses here, climbing roses. This is New Dawn, and it's covered with this hydrangeas. New Dawn. So I have to trim these hydrangeas and maybe relocate some. And this is, I forgot to mention, another rose, Zephyrin Johan. It's a climbing rose that I bought from Heirloom Roses. So these roses, they need sunlight and they need air to breathe. So I have to make sure that, you know, that they have good circulation. And look at this, another incredible hydrangea here that I think these are all cuttings that I just stick them on the ground and they become a plant. So this is my Earth Angel, done blooming. It was so beautiful last week. Earth Angel. And look at this, oh, nice leaves. This is my Poet's Wife, done blooming also. Poet's Wife. I planted this in 2023 or 2024. Can't remember. And this is an incredible hydrangea that is taking over the garden. This is another plant that I divided and put it here. This is a kind of holly plant. And look at this hydrangea. It's like a football size. Big. And that's another plant here. This is more of a foliage. That one. This one. So, and that tree belongs to this house when I bought this house. And you can see there's already a lot of flowers, white flowers. I just keep on trimming them because I just wanted them to go above, to grow up, not grow down, because that's a good privacy hedge between my neighbor. So let's go back here. My neighbor decided really to do his mowing. So this is Happy Returns. And this is my Princess Anne, done blooming. And this is my Queen of Sweden, Rose. And my Bathsheba, look at this. Done. I have to start deadheading them. And this is Miss Manners. I got this from Home Depot as a sale plant. Miss Manners, look at this. I planted them in the pots because I have no more space to plant my roses in the yard. And this is a sunblaze. This is a sunblaze. These were, I have like 3 or 4 because I think they were mislabeled when I bought them. So sunblaze is a tiny yellow rose. You can see they're tiny. I don't like tiny roses. I don't know why. And this is, I think, Easy Spirit. It's done blooming. This is Princess Charlene de Monaco. You know. And this is Arctic Blue. It's done blooming. This is, I think this is La Perla. It's done blooming now too. And this is Time After Me. I like pink roses. Time After Me. So let's go back here. So that's my Earth Angel there. That is almost spent bloom. This is double pink knockout roses, 3 rows. It's a 3 rows. Started to bloom again. And you can see the buds. And more hydrangea. This is Wildermere by David Austin. It's done blooming. This hydrangea, pink hydrangea. So what I did, I mixed my roses with hydrangea because what will happen if all the roses are done blooming, then the garden has no more flowers. The hydrangea, once they flower, the flower stays until end of fall. So you can see, this is a beautiful, I think this is a blue rave. It's so big and it's so gorgeous. So this is Princess Charlene de Monaco also. I planted 2 here. 2, you can see. 2. And there's more incredible there at the back. And this is my Lady of Shalott, done blooming. And this is also my the Pilgrim. It is a shrub. And this is Princess Charlene de Monaco. And more hydrangea here. It's so crowded. But I'm not going to do any replanting now because the weather's getting hot and you know it's not good for the plants. It will cause the plants to die. And this is my Pink Eden. They're done blooming. I have 2 here. Pink Eden. I planted them last year. And let's go here inside. This is another David Austin, Gabriel Oak, done blooming. Look at this, there's a bud. Another, this is what I call panicle hydrangea. I think this is a strawberry or vanilla hydrangea. Panicle meaning because it's cone shape. It's cone shape. And more incredible over there. Look, I love this incredible hydrangea. They're so incredible. And they bloom early, you know? And I have a yellow rose here, a climbing rose, which I planted in this pot. That's almost a bottomless pot. See, it caused distress because I replanted this. But, you know, I'm just going to trim this distress branch. That's golden showers, I believe. So this is my pilgrim climbing rose. It was really blooming like a month ago, and now they're done. This is my true bloom, true gratitude climbing rose. I have two, and it's pink color. I have two of that, and another one there. I have two trellises here, arch trellis, and this is an old hydrangea. When I bought the house, this hydrangea were from my front yard. They were all in the front yard, and I divided them, and look at them now. You know, they're so healthy. But this kind of hydrangea, once you trim them, you sacrifice the bloom the next year because they grow from, or they flower from, the old wood. And this is my another David Austin. This is, I think, Bring Me Sunshine. The growth is not good because I think, you know, they need sunlight. I need to fertilize them. And this is my other Coco Loco that I bought from Heirloom Rose. It's not doing well. They were so expensive when I bought them, you know, from Heirloom. This is another rose. I think this is Moonlight Romance by Cordes. Moonlight Romance. A Romantica Moonlight. It's Romantica Moonlight. And this is another hydrangea. This is a nice hydrangea. Color is like vanilla or strawberry. I made this as a tree. It used to be a shrub. Look. And this is my summer romance rose, done blooming. Let me go in the front. And you will see here, this is a wee white hydrangea. It's like a petite hydrangea. Petite. And I think, look, I have three over there. One, two, three. And I think I divided them. And they're an early blooming hydrangea. Beautiful. See, more hydrangea here. So a lot of hydrangea now. The panicles usually flower in middle of July. And macrophylla like that, they bloom early. So this is an early evolution hydrangea. I planted this in 2023, I think. Or 2024, 2023. And this is a nice David Austin. This one is like almost non-stop. This is Elizabeth, David Austin. See, done blooming. And this is a yarrow. I planted a lot of yarrows in 2021. And this is a weed. I don't think it's a weed. I don't know. I have to be careful not to pull the weed, not to pull the plants. And this is a phlox. Daisies. So let us see wee white hydrangea. Look at this wee white hydrangea. Gorgeous. And after this, it turns into like blush pink. Okay. And here in this side, I planted popcorn drift roses along this side up to the end. Popcorn drift roses. I don't know how many I planted. I planted a lot. Look at that. Popcorn drift roses. Nice. I have to trim this. This is a Salvia Caradona. I have to trim this. Another Salvia. You know. They're nice. Only that I like Salvia, but I don't like the smell. And this is another Salvia. They love this planter. They love this planter. So popcorn drift roses, I'm going to prune, I think, these popcorn drift roses. So this trellis, I planted two old Wallerton Hall by David Austin. And here, almost done blooming now. I planted this last year here, and I planted this one this year. It bloomed one bloom. So this one is David Austin. I planted them in the pots. This is Mary Rose, done blooming, but it's budding now. And this is Gentle Harmony. It flowered also, and this is the latest one. And this is Evelyn. Evelyn, you know, flowered also. And this is Evelyn. Look at that. And daylilies. This is, I bought a lot of tree lilies. Like, I call them tree because they're tall, and I kind of neglected them. I ordered them online. And this is another hydrangea. That is a tree rose. Double. I think the color is apricot or coral. Tree rose. Last month it was really blooming good. And this is another David Austin. This is young Lycidas. And this is Donahue, David Austin. This is a David Austin, Charles Darwin. And you can see now it's budding. And this tree rose I bought, and it eventually died. It's okay. I'm going to plant another rose there. And this is Princess Margaret rose. That's Princess Margaret. And you can see now it's done blooming. See, Princess Margaret is really doing well in this pot, because I think it gets a lot of sunlight. You know, nice. And hopefully I'm going to put a trellis here by the fence, and it will, I wanted it to climb side of the fence. I have more roses here. This is I forgot the name of this, but this is a viburnum, snowball viburnum, and it did not flower. So more hydrangeas here. This is Bloomstruck, and this is my limelight hydrangea. It's very tall now, and I think what I did here last year, because this is like two plant here, you can see two plant, right? So what I did, I hope it worked. What I did, I put here, look, I put here a milk box, and I put soil. So I'm hoping that this one has some soil, has some roots. Once this has some roots, I'm going to check if this has roots. Then I'm going to propagate that. So I will leave it like that right now. I'm going to cut this if there's some roots, hoping there's some roots. Then I have more tree hydrangea. And this is a shoe rack that I bought years ago. My God. You know, sometimes we just keep on buying things, and after that we don't want it anymore. But I'm not throwing this out because this was not cheap. So I'm going to put, maybe this is my another project, and I'm going to plant here supertunia or any vegetables here. So I will see. I'm planning to do that tomorrow. So more hydrangea here. This is Bloomstruck. See, I have another sprinkler over there. Sprinklers all over. But I think I did not put it on yet. So, because it keeps on raining, and that is my climbing rose. This is another climbing rose, which kind of neglected. I have a lot of climbing roses. See that? I forgot the name. I think it is, see, I don't know what happened here. I can go back here, and it's nice. I forgot the name of this rose, but I'm very curious. Oh, this is lavender crush. Lavender crush. So, more hydrangeas here. Look at that. I think what I did was, when I prune my hydrangeas, I just stick them on the ground. Then they become up another hydrangea. So, see here, I made this as a tree. And this is, I think, Pinky Winky. I forgot already the name of this hydrangea. Pinky Winky. I made this as a tree also. Another white rose here, done blooming. I have to come here and deadhead. I like to deadhead my roses. See, look at this, spirea. In last winter, like I think February or March, I really pruned this hard. And look, because I prune it hard, looks so healthy. And it's not crowded. And another rose here, David Austin. I have to prune this. This one is not doing well also here. I planted this last year. This is the Generous Gardener. See? And I have to repot this planter, the hanging plants. I have to repot because looks like it's not. Looks like, look at that, struggling. And this is the Blushing Bride. I planted this also in 2023. Look, I also pruned this hard. So when I prune, I love to prune because it makes the plant healthy when you prune the plant. So I'm going to upload this video. You know, I tried to edit less because I don't have the time. And you know, this week we had a Department of Health survey in our job. And you know, it is very, for me, it's stressful. So I cannot really spend too much time doing videos and editing because of my job. So more daylilies here. So look at this. Daylilies, because they bloom only for one day and after that they're gone. Look, and then after that another flower will pop up. That's why it's called daylilies. I planted it all over the yard and I just keep on propagating them because it's so easy to propagate daylilies. So look at that, more hydrangea here. And I have this red rose here that I bought from Amazon also years ago. I don't know the name. I bought them together with that pink one there at the where I planted, and it's blooming like crazy. In this area, I think it's less sun, and plus there's a big tree here that belongs to the neighbor, so I'm sure the roots is preventing the plants to grow nicely. So more hydrangeas here, and they already started to flower. And this is climbing rose. I have two of them here. This is Arbor Rose, Kiss Me Kate. I think that's the name. Kiss Me Arbor Rose, Kiss Me Kate, something like that. But no more blooms. I have two. And this is my Popstar Hydrangea. And I have two of this. And I think I have seen it also in the other part of my garden, and I think that's part of this. And this is more hydrangea that I propagated, more hydrangea that I propagated, and this is the pink hydrangea. Turns pink, but if I put coffee grounds here, this one will turn blue. So this is another hydrangea. This is another hydrangea that I divided from other hydrangea in my yard, and I put it here in the planter because I have no more space. I'm going to do something in that area where I have the climbing roses and the hydrangeas are, you know, blocking the sunlight. And I'm going to put them in a big pot like this. And look, it's nice, right? So this is an climbing Eden. I planted it this year. I got this from, I forgot already where I bought this. I think, I forgot. This is pink Eden. Either I bought it from, I think I bought it in Heirloom or Amazon. I can't remember anymore where I bought it. You know. And more hydrangeas, and I have a red rose there, climbing rose, blazing. I have to deadhead the spent blooms. And I used to have a lot of astilbes here. This is an astilbe, all white. But what happened? See, I have a lot of astilbes, and the hydrangea covered them all. This is a tiny, tough stuff hydrangea. I believe I planted this hydrangea in 2023 or 2021 because that's the time of pandemic, and I was really spending time in the garden because during pandemic working as a nurse was so depressing. So I end up spending my time in the garden, because with the nature of my job, I do books and I report to the state who died. So sometimes there's like 5 deaths in a day, 2 deaths in a day. It was depressing because you love your patients and you see them dying because of COVID. So this is tough, tiny, tough stuff. Aha. And I bought them tiny. I usually buy my plants tiny because when the bigger the plants, the more money it costs. So I usually buy this kind of stuff tiny, small plants, unless they go into clearance. I'm also a clearance person. I love buying clearance plants, and I like to revive them because plants can be very expensive. So I try to buy something that will not cost me a lot. So this is another pink climbing rose, Eden. Eventually, maybe next year when this one started go up, I'm going to put a nice arch trellis in this area because I have 2, 1 and 2. But I'm planning to use cattle panel because at least I can customize the size, because look, I made a mistake. I didn't even measure it, and the distance of that and to that is very wide. And I have about 8 or 9 arch trellises in the garden, and you can see the width is like only, I don't know, it's like 45 or 6 feet. It's not too wide, right? So this one I have to customize this arch trellis that I'm going to put here in my Eden. So you can see the tough stuff. Aha. They were so tiny and now they're so big. So because of this planter, I had to remove some of the tough stuff, and move them there, push them towards the deck. And look at this panicle hydrangea that I propagated too. Look. And this is the Japanese willow that I mentioned that I bought only like for $12. I think few years ago, 2 years ago, and the cuttings I saved and I propagated more. So this Japanese willow, I love it, and they can be very costly also. If you buy them like this, it may be, I don't know, maybe $80. I can't tell how much, but I paid only like, it was a clearance. I don't even think I paid more than $10 for this because it was a clearance. And this is very tough. You cut this and stick on the ground and take care of them, for a few weeks. It's easy to propagate. And this is another David Austin here, Silas Minor. And look at this. Last year, the location of this was over there. And there was no really enough sunlight. It's behind the patio. And I transferred this here a few months ago, and it started blooming. So roses really needs good air circulation, needs good soil like every other plant, and they need to have a lot of sunlight. They love the sun. They will really grow good in the sun. Without the sun, they won't really grow good. That's why that 2 roses over there, I have 3 climbing roses in that area. I really have to do something about it because I like climbing rose. How about you? You like climbing roses? For me, it's kind of boring where there's no height. That's why I bought a lot of climbing roses. This is Emily Bronte by David Austin. I planted this in 2023, I think. Or I think I planted that last year. Emily Bronte, but it's done blooming now. It's nice, right? I planted this last year. And look, it's a nice bush now. I have to start deadheading them. Or pruning, because the more you prune the roses, the more it becomes bushy. This is my Clear Austin, done blooming. Okay, and this is my Maid Marion by David Austin. This I planted 2023, same as Claire Austin. And this is my two David Austin that I planted early, 2021. This is my Vanessa Bell. Vanessa Bell used to be 6 feet or 7 feet tall, but I really prune it hard. And this is my Eustacia Vi. I planted it 2021. Eustacia Vi. Going to prune it. So this is my Harlocar. You can see the thorns. Oh my God. It is just like the country person in the front of my house. You should see the thorns. So too much. But it has a beautiful flower. And this is my Boscobel. I love Boscobel. I think one of the best flower in the garden for me is Boscobel. Princess Alexandra of Kent also. I love the color. But well, the pink roses, I love pink roses. I just started putting red roses in the garden. So this is Boscobel, and I think this is a cuttings that I planted here, and I think it's Lady of Shalott. I forgot, or Bathsheba. Anyway, guys, I have to end this because it's getting longer, and I'm going to do a video again next week when they started to flower again, the roses. And thank you for watching, and doing this garden tour is very relaxing to me, especially this week that we had a state survey where, everybody is very busy, and this is really stress relieving for me, working every day, Monday to Friday. And thank you for joining me, and as I said, I'm not going to edit this video hard. Forgive my wrong grammar, my stuttering, my rambling. Please, I just wanted to be natural. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you again in my next video. Bye!